What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday. All right. Yeah, I gotta work tomorrow. Sorry I wasn't on last night either. Yeah, I wasn't on last night. That was Thursday. Everything's kind of melding together again. I had a work thing to do. And I gotta work tomorrow, too. I hate working on weekends. Sucks. Takes all the fun out of it. So you only got one day off now. Where's the fun in that? We gotta lay this floor down. I think we're gonna do some digging too. I wanna try to get the top done. And there's something else I wanted to do too, or modify. Can't remember what it was. I want to see if we can we paint this concrete? I don't know if we can. Let me see something. I don't think we can, but it's worth a try. No, we can't. Can we paint the... Nope, nope. That's a whole lot of no. Okay, let's go upstairs. To this big boy. I gotta... get my controller on. Now it's all coming back to me. Ooh, oh, that looks pretty cool. With the sun rays. We gotta dig over there too. Future bridge. The controller's been acting up. Voyager, how you doing? Any fancy ideas? Yeah, you stay away from your brain there. We're gonna do some digging. I'm gonna probably dig here. Usual mess. And dig over there for the bridge and stuff. Start working on that a little bit. Trying to get my controller to work. Come on. Okay, now it's working. It's weird. It like takes like I can't be in a machine. It won't recognize it. It does all kinds of weird things. Especially after that debacle with the conveyors being misaligned. Taking a good chunk there. Oh yeah, what'd you do? What did you do now? So I had to redo the whole tunnel of Carrera. And then what ended up happening? I had to go back from the factory end, from the ramp all the way down the tunnel, and somehow it worked. I really don't know what I did to fix it. But it took like 3 times. Otherwise, it was going to be like this episode and the next couple episodes. I was going to be redoing my whole plant over again because if it wasn't, it just didn't want to align. I didn't get it, and then all of a sudden it just did. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to ask why. Just be grateful. You know what? I gotta go check the. So I took screenshots of your conveyor out in the alignment, and then the line in the tunnel. And still, yeah, yeah, it was driving me nuts. I'm like, I don't understand. I just don't get it. I couldn't figure out why it did that for the life of me. I gotta check the coal because we did the last a proper millionaire's highway. This is. Did you send me a screenshot of it? I not yet. Oh yeah, she's full. Let me put some stuff away. Yeah, no problem. See, I did it again. I did, when I save games now, it'll pick up like one of my machines for some reason. That just takes so long to come down all the way down. Let me make sure. Make sure it's not dumping down there. I heard, there it is. Spent a fortune on it. Then when I cleaned down the wash plants and oil sales afterwards, finished with more. 904 million. Very good. That's awesome. I gotta stop coming up with ideas. Or you gotta stop coming up with ideas. I wish we could put silos on the back of here. You're full too. Everybody's full. I'm not complaining. Not complaining. That'd be good. Just ride the conveyors all around. I broke 300 million again. Just kind of hoping with the 10 speed it'll hit the other coal plants, but it doesn't. Alright, let's go back to the old bagger. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I don't think it does. I tried. I remember looking last time, or trying last time. That'd be on the power. Oh, don't want to buy it. It just gives you this. But I remember trying to hook up a silo to it last time, and there's no spots. You figure right there is like a spot. Let me get a silo. I don't think it'll work, but would be nice though. Yeah, there's nothing. A whole lot of nothing. Because I like to get down to the ore on this mountain. That's what I'll be making tons of dough at that point. I think it does. From what I can tell, it looks like it does. I haven't found anything that says that it does, but it does look like it does do that. Let me see how many more times I can say does. But it's still like I think it will actually go into other plants too because I know. Got to put that like the eyesore on up there. That's why we gotta get someone that does modding to do like a mod pack of dwarven buildings and make we can make a Misty Mountains type of deal. Let me straighten this out a little bit. Oh, east. Over there? I would say the east one, over in the east. Eh, could be both. Get my east and west mixed up. Alright, I'm hitting something. Is this guy? Yeah, it's this guy's hitting it. Yeah, and you know what? I almost positive I have it set up in the right way because when I wasn't paying attention, it was actually filled in the last three up too, but it didn't really like show it type of thing. It being filled, but then again, I wasn't really looking either. I might be taking too much of a chunk out in this one. Yeah. Thanks, Tony, for commenting. Yeah. And the problem with and the reason why it's not hitting the last three, 3 or 4 coal plants is that splitter. I have splitters on them, and you go from so many splitters. Eventually, you're gonna hit zero. You go from 20 to 10 to 5 to nothing. When I did the coal plants, I didn't really think of that at the time. That's why I gotta redo. I gotta redo my plant and stuff. I want to space it out a little more too. It's a little too congested right now too. No, I'm not. I don't want to I'm greedy. I don't want to lose my coal either. But yeah, I got plenty of coal on this mountain. Like I said, once we get to below the next floor, it's going to be all ore. I just gotta figure out how we're gonna dig it. Are we gonna use the baggers or the front end, tracos? We'll probably use a combination of them. Definitely took a big chunk out with this. Almost too much. I get the ass end of your mountain look when you hit the jackpot with the moneymaker. You're on top. Yeah, I still can't like this whole mountain is just nothing but ore, and the top is just packed with coal. Yeah, I think Mac actually and it pretty much confirmed that it does spawn differently because I think Mac is on the same map and he went to the same spot where I'm at and he's not getting nothing, or wasn't at the time. You want to move any dirt with no wheels? That was funny. But it sounds like he's taking a break from that war. He's concentrating on his music. Which I get. Nah, well, at least we get to hear something. Oh. A little drop it, a little spillage. I was discussing with the Split in Two Gaming earlier and wanting faster gearboxes or upgradable parts for better performance for the bagger. You know what? The upgradable parts is actually that's a good idea. I like that idea. I think I'm overfilling. Yep. Didn't want to do that. Oh, I almost fell. Yeah, I'm a little overfilled. Alright, so we're gonna go to the other one. We'll continue on with this bad boy. Oh, you're full too. I wish there was something else you could do with the coal. $15 million conveyor. Yeah, I had a little bit of a. It was a little full. So we're up to 308 now. Nothing's going in. Oh, well, I haven't really dug any rock out. Check this thing. Okay. I'm liking the idea of Doing the bridge with, and then putting conveyors along the bridge to the plant. I think that'd be neat. That's the highest it goes. Oh. Kind of lagged there for a bit. That was weird. Crash, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing all right. Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting Discord too. I'm such a bad streamer. I think we're going to go forward a little more. What am I hitting? Yeah, that's what I'm kind of planning on. I'm liking that idea. Is this what's in? It might have been. Let's get you a little closer. Fortunately, that way it can't be that close. Let's try that. That might be alright. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be alright. That looks actually kind of cool. Yeah, it looks like it's like, well, it's not smoking, so that's good. That's always a plus. It's kind of weird that, like, well, I guess it's not weird that there's no ore on the top of this mountain, just coal. Kind of makes sense a little bit, right? I'm going to go all the way to the side, and then we're going to go forward. Used to do security work at a shopping center. We had shout fire, emergency fire over the radios when the alarm went off. Nice. How much of a panic did that cause? So here's a little work story. You know how much I like telling work stories. This was probably about, 25 years ago, 26 years ago. Company I was with, we did a lot of, hold on, let me go grab a drink. Powerhouses, and these powerhouses, they were called cogeneration plants. So there weren't big powerhouses. They're a cheap version of powerhouses. Basically, they'll take coal. Actually, coal's one of the sources. Natural gas and jet fuel. And basically, they just run turbines that, spin the... And steam. They use steam, too. To turn the turbine fans that would turn the electrical part. I forget not the transformer. I forget what they called it. The key wouldn't work one day, and I kicked open the manager's office door to reset the system. I was laughing on the radio afterwards, and then manager was behind me, not impressed. He said his key worked. Oh, that's great. I got to back up a little. So, I had a crew of guys that was running. Now, mind you, I was like 22 at the time. And, should back up a little more. And I was the youngest one there and running 40 and 50-year-olds. It was surreal. So, anyway, the one there was 2 gas turbines and 2 steam turbines. So, should I back up more? I guess I should. So, that'd be cool, the hydroelectric, yeah. So in the morning, the head guy for the power plant, I see him on top of the gas turbine, looking around and stuff. I go, oh, what's up? Anything wrong? He said, there's a weird vibration coming off the turbine. I was like, oh, all right. I was like, well, let me know if you need my guys to do anything. He's like, yeah, I'll let you know. So it was about 11 o'clock. I had to go up to the control room to get some paperwork and stuff. As I'm walking past the gas turbine, I hear explosion. and the casing for the door that hides the turbine. I gotta back it up more. There was a shell around the turbine. The door the door alone weighs probably about 200 pounds because for noise and stuff. It's insulated and it's supposed to contain explosions. Oh, no. Get back over there. And, did that stop? Sorry about that. So the door... Well, that's overloaded. Boy, these get overloaded fast. So, well, it gets better. The inspection plate for the turbine itself, where the gearbox is with it. And now that inspection plate's about 2 foot by 2 foot. And it's 3/4 steel. Lands right in front of me. If I walked if I was like 5 minutes earlier, I would have been killed. So I'm standing there like dumbfounded, going like, what's going on? The halon system goes off. Now the thing with halon is the reason why they use halon in a lot of places is it takes the oxygen out of the air. You're not supposed to be around it when it goes off. And I'm standing right next to the halon. So I had to run up. I was like another 20 feet to the control room. I had to hold my breath, run up to the control room. I get to the control room. There's no one in the control room. The control room guys and the guy that was in charge thought the plant was blowing up and ran out of the building. And I'm standing there looking at my guys that's 50 feet away from the halon going off and stuff, looking like, what's going on? See that terminator? Yeah, it actually looked like it. And so there's a big emergency stop button on the as you enter the control room in case of a disaster or something. They didn't even bother hitting that. So I had to hit the emergency stop, and it shuts down every turbine and everything in the plant. So I hit that. I get on the microphone. I yell at my guys to get outside. And I get outside, and they're standing, the control room guys. I was like, you guys didn't do nothing. You have all these safety procedures and you didn't do nothing. And they're like, yeah, we thought the plant was going to blow. I was like, what about my guys? you just wrote them off for dead? And they're like, oh, yeah, we should have done something about that. So it gets kind of funny now. So now they feel like jerks because of what they did. And yeah, I gotta change the last step. I'm waiting for that to empty out. I remember I saw the single hoppers. Thanks for pointing that out. I'm like, oh, I gotta change that. So the gas line that comes in to feed the gas turbines is like, it's either 12 or 18-inch pipe. That's big for a gas line. Well, you have a check valve before it goes into the building. It's just to prevent like back pressure and stuff like that. And it did its job when the turbine blew because it created a back pressure of gas that they didn't want to send it back into the system and blow up houses. Essentially, that's what it pretty much does. So you don't overpressurize the city line. So that started, but when a check valve goes off, and it tries to, after it does its job, and then the pressure equalizes and stuff, it tries to reseat itself. A 12-inch 16 or 18-inch gas line check valve trying to reseat itself is like a bomb going off. It's like ba boom, ba boom. So this plant is in the middle of town, and there's a plant, and then there's a park, and right next to the park is the high school. You start hearing sirens, and we're like, "What's that for?" I asked the controller, I said, "You call fire or anything?" They're like, "Nah, there's no fire. It didn't explode." The police cars are running up and down, and the plant's on Main Street of this town. The police are riding up and down the Main Street trying to figure out where they thought bombs were going off. That's how loud the whole town heard this. They thought bombs were going off. They evacuate the high school that was right next to it because it sounded like a bomb going off there. Now this is all before 9/11. If this happened during 9/11, after 9/11, I don't know what would have happened. So So finally, I guess the cop got smart and goes, "Oh, let me drive into this plant and see if they know anything." And we're like, "Yeah, it's the check valve, trying to see." So yeah, it created a whole mess. The good part about it was they did research about it. Good for me, at least. They did research, and now these were, I think they were German turbines. Oh, did they? Oh yeah, I see it right here. I was watching. Yeah, that's what I should have done. That's what I actually need to do. I did them all in one line. P, thanks for that. Yeah, that's what I actually need to do. Because what I did is I just did, I did it straight down. Oh yeah, it was. We're all laughing. But so they did some research, the company, the owners of the turbine, of the power, and it turns out that when they cast the gears, it was a bad casting on the gearbox, on the gears. That after a certain amount of RPMs and hours, that there was a flaw in the casting of the gears. So they paid us for the next year to go around the country and change all the gearboxes out on the turbines. So we did a whole year pretty much of working 7 days a week, and it's a powerhouse, so they can't put you over there. You're missing. We did a whole year working 7/12s. 7 days a week, 12-hour days for a year. I made so much money. But being 22, I pissed that money away. Yeah. All right. Did you ever watch that HBO movie, Chernobyl? Don't even tell me you're overloaded already. Wow. That gets overloaded fast. It's a conveyor belt, that's why. I was dumping it to the conveyor belt. So yeah, I went to California. You know what? I didn't even think of the soundtrack. So the new thing now. Oh, that's too close. Which I'm trying to see is they're coming up with these mini nukes, nuclear reactors for power, and basically it's the size of a Conex box. I didn't want that. I gotta check. I gotta check that out. So yeah, they're coming up with these. I think. So instead of cogens they're safe and pretty much environmentally safe too. But what's really environmentally safe? So they got these mini nukes that are like the size of Conex boxes, and you can actually just pull up on a truck and drop them off. I'll have to listen to that. Because here in the U.S. now, we got it's not really, if you listen to the news, they're saying, oh, and energy problems and stuff. It's not really an energy problem. It's more of a grid problem. We just aren't making enough electricity because we got these things called data centers. I don't know if you guys got data centers over in your countries and stuff. But data centers are like, I've built a couple. They're pretty energy hogs. And post 9/11, and the reason why you're seeing a lot more of them is because of when 9/11 happened. Goldman Sachs was in the Twin Towers. There's other financial people in the Twin Towers. Yeah, it's nothing but servers, correct. That's actually a good way to put it. That's excellent way to describe it in them. But, they came about because, there was data centers before 9/11, but not as prevalent. But Goldman Sachs and stuff had all their stuff in the Twin Towers and stuff. And when they fell, it created such a huge issue in the financial sector. So they came up with data centers that you don't even know where a lot of times you won't even know where a data center is. It just looks like a warehouse. So the government gave subsidies out for companies to make their, data pretty much like data vaults. They're not. There's a lot in the Midwest. There's a lot out in California. There's a lot out in Jersey, New York. Those military movable mini nukes reactors DARPA are creating look good in theory, but would you want a small nuke danger in the war zone? So I looked that up, how they're doing it. So the fuel that they're using, so it doesn't use fuel rods like a regular nuke. And the fuel it uses it's like grain. And you can actually hold it because it's not I keep getting them mixed up. It's not a fusion reactor. I think now we have fission reactors we have now. Those reactors that DARPA's working on and stuff are fission reactors. So fission is a lot safer than fusion, and there's a less chance of meltdowns, and the way they're making the fuel and the way they're making the fuel, it's it looks like BBs almost from a BB gun, and it's got a protective layer on it that you can't break. It actually needs the fusion process. I keep getting them mixed up. It uses that process to break the seal around the fuel to get to the uranium part or whatever they use. But yeah, so it's safe that way. Now the way I saw how they want to use it and stuff. Like I said, they want to put on a tractor trailer, go to a factory and just drop it off, and you can just hook it up. So it's still going to have nuclear material on it. What's going to stop someone from breaking into there? Because you don't have to worry about a nuclear. Well, you kind of have to worry about, isn't it old spent nuclear material that they're essentially recycling to use up there? For now, they are, but if it takes off, they're they break it down and make them into those BBs. And it's ounces that they said that it would be ounces that that reactor would need to power a city, even, or depending on the size of the city, obviously. I'm more concerned about, because if you talk to anybody that works in intelligence and stuff, they'll pretty much tell you, they're not worried about a nuclear bomb going off and, a terrorist getting a nuclear bomb. They're more worried about a dirty bomb. Which will be just as, devastating as I shouldn't say just as devastating, but it would pretty much have the same impact. Correct. But so here's the same. You can say the same thing now. Oh, it's done. I thought. Oh no, it's not. Wow, I'm filling these up fast. So, I think we, because you take Iran for instance. They didn't have any fission material to make a nuclear fuel, but they have plenty of material to make dirty bombs. And they're not selling. They'd be stupid to sell it to the terrorists. Well, I'll just put it that way. Because a lot of times, you can actually tell where that nuclear material came from. I think there's still hundreds of smoke detectors back in the 90s to get the radioactive material out of them. For a dirty voice. Yeah. I think, so actually I was just talking to a month or two ago to someone about this. So I want to say it was back in the 90s, maybe? I don't know if it happened in the U.S., but a kid actually made a nuclear reactor for a science project and the NSA got involved. Oh, I didn't want to do that. The NSA got involved and stuff. Then I forget how he actually got sick too, because the way he got the material, he either got it from the detectors or something like detectors. He got it from. Well, he wasn't. Yeah, he was. I think he was 10 years old too. He was young. He was a very young kid. And it was a functional nuclear reactor. But like he got poisoned and stuff because the way he Big Bang Theory. I like Big Bang. I want to say it was in the 90s that happened. Oh, you like Letterman? It's great. My wife hates it because she's like, "That's what you do." I'm like, "Yeah." I go, "They're exaggerating everybody getting hurt that much." She's like, "But you lost an eye." I go, "All right, they're not exaggerating that much." She's like, "I can't watch it." But yeah, Bill, I like Billy Bob Thornton. It's definitely a series to watch. Yeah, my wife's like, that's you. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, you would have the same attitude. They need to put lights at the end, and at the end of this too. But you know what? You put that bed down. I'm gonna actually go into that bed. Just see if I can go to the next morning. I haven't used that bed yet. Very interesting. What happened here? Oh. It might be. There's the bed. Hey, it worked. Is it those turbines over there? Oh yeah, they are. Look at that. I gotta find a place to hide them. You know what? That's not a bad idea. I totally forgot about those beds until you put one in them. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. You can. Then again, I shouldn't be taking so much out of the mountain too, at a time. I can actually slow it down a little bit. I was getting a little creative. But yeah, with those mini nukes, they got to do something with the security behind it and stuff. I don't know. But who knows with that rot, with the fuel too, maybe they can make it inert enough that you need a lot of it for a dirty bomb. Who knows? I think you're more likely to see a dirty bomb than a nuke go off in a city anywhere. Because if you think about it, just look at the X-ray machines. That has nuclear material in it. You can make a dirty bomb off of that stuff. Well, I probably should be saying this on the internet. I'm sure that has already happened. Take it easy, Voyager. But yeah, there's nuclear material and a lot of stuff that they can make dirty bombs out of. Yeah, that's true. It's already on the internet. What I love is conspiracy theories. That gets me going all the time. You guys should check out. It's called the Y Files. I don't know if you've seen it yet. It's actually really good. He goes over like stories and stuff. And then at the end, he'll tell you, if you found anything credible or not credible and stuff like that. Like the conspiracy theories around the moon is like crazy. And the thing is, the moon is like so weird. But then you get the ones like the flat Earth. It's like, come on. I don't know if there's any flat earthers listening. Am I going the wrong? I'm going the wrong way. But yeah, check out the Y files. They're it's actually really good. Always. Yeah, the new season for Landman 2 is coming on too. I think November 17th or something. The only thing is, Billy Bob Thornton, I think already said he doesn't want to do too many seasons. So I think if he leaves, that show's going to go way downhill. Too close. Uh, my wife, when I just started watching, it's on Netflix and it just started. Like, it's got 3 seasons onto it. The second season only has like 6 episodes. The Diplomat. It's actually pretty good. What's up, Chris? How you doing? Fusion is the process that takes place in stars and what we are trying to... Yeah, okay, it's fusion. Yeah, all right. Fission is the regular nuclear reactors. I always get those two mixed up. And I know they're trying to do something with the plasma too. And I think that has something to do with the diffusion. Reactors too. It'll be like Fallout before the game Fallout before the nuclear war, where everybody had like nuclear cars and stuff or robots. Probably taking too much out again. Still amazes me how much dirt this thing moves. I'm taking a screenshot of that. That looks cool. Oh, we got ore. We got ore. Holy crap. Copper. I didn't even see that. That's a big vein too, because it starts at we got it down there too on the other floor. I was hoping it'd be iron, but I'm not complaining. I didn't think that copper vein would come all the way up here. What is cool, there's a lot of good technology coming out for construction too. Oh. Before we used to have to pull string lines off of columns and stuff and measure off the string lines to get where we have to. Now everything's on GPS. Your iPads hold the prints. Nope. See if I can get that a little bit. I shouldn't have moved it. Do we know when they're adding the elements in? I know they got the periodic table, but should be soon, I'm thinking. Some are already in. Yeah, so I've gotten mercury, neodymium. I'm not even pronouncing that one. Carbon, but it's not showing up though. You know what I'm saying? Helium. It says I discovered it, but it's not really showing up. Lithium. Unless, there's going to be a specific way that you have to capture it type of thing. Which I'm sure there's going to be. Helium's probably going to be like the oil derricks. I imagine it's going to be like the oil derricks. I just don't. I hope I don't have to start a new map. That's gonna suck. I know I've been complaining about it every stream, but I think that copper is gonna be a lot. Especially when they don't overfill this yet. I gotta check the coal plants too. I'm sure I'm filling them up. Has anyone played Battlefield 6? I only played it for like an hour. I'm like, spawn and die, spawn and die, spawn and die. I think I'm over there with the front end loader or something. So we did like an hour and a half of this. I don't want to have a stream that just does, it's just all this. You watch me go back and forth. So we're gonna do something else now. I think we're gonna work on that tunnel. I am kind of curious about that copper ore. See how big that is. Oh, we can always come back to that. Oh. Snag. Let's check out our... That's taking a lot of copper. Let's go down. I want to make sure this ain't... I just noticed this. I just want to make sure it's not... Shouldn't be dumping. Oh, now it's gonna dump. Crap. Crap. I gotta get back up there. I did not want to do that. I gotta turn it off. That was a mistake. Ah, crap. I think this is what happened last time. That's why I was here. I did the same thing again. Yeah, oops. That sucks. Oh, it was dumping. That was dumping. I was losing half my load. These are double, conveyors. You know what I did? They were supposed to be singles. And when I had the misalignment, I must have accidentally put the doubles back. So yeah, it's been, this entire stream, it's been dumping. It's been dumping. Actually, we'll do it easy. Okay, I took a look at this. It's been dumping the whole time. Whole time. Dumping. I am a moron. Hold on. All right. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, I didn't really want that material anyway. Oh, crap. Yeah, look at all the material I picked up. Oh, all the coal. Wow. And pay dirt. Oh my god. So much fell out. Actually, I can put the pay dirt over here. We can sell the coal. We're going to sell it anyway, so. So half my material, I've been losing half my material. That's nice. Isn't that special? And then it says Voyager put this down for so we could go underneath and walk it. Oh, I'm all messed up now. I can't believe I did that. I hope it doesn't mess up my alignment now. I don't know if I can handle that. Alright, so... I need a 6. Looks like it lines. I can't believe I did that. Well, I can, because it's what I do. I'm here to mess stuff up. Alright, looks like it's working now. I can't believe I did that. Well, like I said, I think I can. Like I decided to change things up because I don't know how long would that have been doing that for. I would have been doing that a long time. So let me take some of this. Put it in here. Sell that. Yeah, that's already full. That one's already full. That's getting full. I don't know what happened here, though. This kind of scares me a little bit. Oh, can I go underneath? No, I can't go underneath. That's gonna get full. But it's never gonna travel down to here, though. That's the thing. I gotta do like what you posted. Wow, it's just filling. Auto. So much coal. I did. Yeah. I did see Anita a lot. I'm gonna be having nightmares. Coal. I hope they come. You can make something else with the coal. Because you really can't make anything with it right now, right? So my pay dirt stuff. Ooh. This is gonna be all that copper, right? Not still right now. Yeah, in the manual smelter you do. I hope they change that for the autos, the conveyor smelter. Actually, you're right. You don't need it in this though, right? Yeah, they should make it for that. So many rubies. And diamonds. Terraforming. I wish they would come out with that sorter, because the silicone I gotta put back in here. Yeah. Well, I could put I would have to put a high temp here. I could do that too. This box is driving me nuts too. These smelters stopped. I gotta put more. Yeah, it's 1 for 1. Oh. Oh. There we go. Tires. I can make tires with the coal. It's a good idea. Silicone and silicone and coal makes tires. I think they pretty much rushed those smelters out. Because people were complaining so much about the manual smelters. And I think they just did that, and I guess things up here, but woo. Yeah, I think they rushed the smelters out. So I think I'm hoping that that I think it was 1 to 1. So I'll take 2 just in case. Like I said, I think they rushed that out just to appease people, and probably going to add that later, because I imagine there's going to be other other stuff that you're going to need. The coal to smelt too. So you're going to see a rework. On that, I imagine. And I'm making the plastics for circuit boards. You can sell 10K circuit boards for almost $1 million. So it's just a, instead of selling just the oil and the circuit boards, just take copper and plastics. Which is oh, all right. So the plastics, 10,000 plastics is almost $1 million compared to, all right, you're making 300K more, or almost 300K more. I gotta see what so the circuit board's gotta be over $1 million. Look at that now. I got a lot of plastics. All right, so yeah, I got a crap ton of plastics. We're gonna sell some plastics today. Let's see how much 10K circuit boards. Gets me. Oh, almost 2.5 million. I think it's worth the time. But I need more machines. I can't keep up with the production. I need more copper. Hey, why you do that? That's for sure. It just takes so long to make. I'm gonna sell these plastics. Yeah, let's sell the let's hold off on them. Let's buy some more. seen cease. It's a little crowded there. I know. I do. Oh, Chris, you're getting like Voyager now. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a little bit of expanding. I forget what YouTuber it was, but he filled up a whole Connex box of these, the circuit boards. This was like, I want to say it was like 6 months ago. I saw it, and he got like $1 billion. His building was a lot bigger than mine. Able copper. Okay. Okay. I saw all this stuff. We're at 319. Keep the copper. Should have done that, but all right. Bots, how you doing? How's your Euro Truck Simulator doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm gonna be I'll be back on 7 Days to Die soon. How's Otter doing? Good, good. They made the selling so much easier too now. This is nice passive income. Why is that silicone in there? That copper back. I see. Silicone there. So we almost made close to at this time it's all passive. Yeah, you're right on that one. This is for Voyager. He always yells at me for not closing the door. Get those other smelters going. I hope they add this stuff to the smelting, the conveyor smelters too. That'll be nice. So we made close to $100 million. Actually, I could probably tell you what the new that thing's working now too. The economic thing for the company. And to top it off, we'll just sell the rest of this fuel off. Oh, broke 400. So this was first this stream we were like below 300. So we made 100 million this stream. But the plastics takes forever to do, so that was probably 3 streams worth of plastics. So let's go to economic. $8 million ore, 6 million in fluids, 78 million in subparts. I spent 430,000 on those workbenches. So we're doing pretty good. So last year, we made 124 million in profit. And that's with all the mistakes I made. I gotta figure out what I'm doing down here. Yeah, I'll do that later. Probably gonna use the coal plant to run lights down here too. I always do that. That one got buried deep in the ore. We'll never see that one. It'll be 6 months from now when we're digging in here. How did I get put there? We're gonna take that conveyor out in there. I'm gonna make bring the lights through there. And like Voyager did on his map, he made it like an emergency exit too. So this tunnel is like 1,500 meters. I am kind of curious to continue. Oh. Scientists are pathfinders to find concrete buried deep enough that dinosaurs could have made it. It'd be like with the pyramids. There's no way they could have made this. Once I'm got all the major projects done, I'm actually thinking about continuing this tunnel all the way through to the other end of the mountain. Because you could go past the borders. See, I'm right here now. So the tunnel comes through here, right? And stops like right around here. Just digging out the rest of this, going all the way up. That is true. That is definitely true. Do a little bit of this every stream. Actually, we can make this the tunnel, so emergency tunnel exit too. Let's see how far we have to go. Yeah, we're not. I would say the center would be like right here. That's a lot of digging. That'd be a lot of digging. But something to think about. I'd like to get this underneath, but I don't know if I can. To hit it on the center all the way down. So I would have to go down one more. That's what you said when you started the first part of the project. That is true. That is true, Crush. But look how good it came out. We did some good. You guys did a lot of good work here. Actually, I could turn it here and then come out further down. I'm not touching this after the nightmare I had the other stream. But yeah, just look at all this ore. A lot of it's copper. Just keeps going. What's this? Iron. Yeah, all this is just ore. You know what'd be funny is we dug out the 2 feet past this, there's nothing. It's just dirt. So let's take a look. Yeah, that's a lot of. That's a. Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot. I still gotta clean this area up. I'm hoping they fix the dozers a little bit better. And then I get the bridge to over there. Wrong one. Wrong one. That's the other thing. They gotta name these things. I actually don't have too much more to go. For that. I just gotta break through this little piece. The controller stuff. Why is that jump dropping there and there? I'm hitting that pole. Son of a. I have to figure out how I'm gonna get up to the top though of that mountain. I have to dozer a road up to it. Or down. Did you see in China like they called it the super bridge collapsed, and they showed the footings. I said, "Oh, it was because of the mudslide." I looked at the footings. I'm like, "No, you didn't go down far enough with the footings." It's a little concerning that dirt's dropping out there. That's what I'm thinking. I do have a 10 speed on that. It was overfilled. I swear it's just more coal. Oh, okay. I was like, well, what's going on here? Gold. Gold coins. Scrooge McDuck. Let's not hit the conveyor belt. See if we're doing it with that. Bring this up a little bit. All right, guys, I'm gonna take off. Don't forget to like and subscribe button if you can. I gotta go to work tomorrow. I gotta get up at like 3:30 in the morning. Sucks. Depending on how tomorrow goes, I might be on tomorrow night. I'm not 100% sure. And we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys are great. And I'll catch you on the next one.